Hey friends, how's it going? Ash here, welcome back to Gents. Hope that you're doing well. I got the new Chanel in. Chanel Allure Homme Sport, where is it? Superleggera, there it is. It's totally dialed in here. It's completely off topic, but I really wonder how many people in the deep down south are gonna see this in the store and be like, Superleggera. Leggera. The f is that? I imagine there's gonna be a few people that do that. But yes, the new Allure Homme Sport Superleggera limited edition. Finally got this one in, ordered it off Chanel's website after it popped up on there. I think it ran me 173, is that what it was? 172, I'm a moron. After taxes, 188 and some change. So today our mission is to determine whether or not this is worth almost 200 bucks. I'll have it linked in the description, feel free to check it out down there. Actually, I first saw it pop up on Saks Fifth Avenue, I think it was, but it said that it was out of stock. Then they removed it from the website. Again, one of those things where they're listing too early, I guess, and then finally popped up on Chanel's website. A little bit of information that nobody cares about. Also, a quick bit of self-promotion, a plea. If you're on TikTok, give me a follow. At Gents, that's the handle. Let's go ahead and take a look at this presentation, guys, and then we can start talking about Superleggera. See, that's Italian. On the front of the box, we have the name of the fragrance, name of the house, size and concentration, eau de parfum, 100 ml size, Chanel logo up top, nothing on the sides. Little info on the back, including spray in many languages. On the bottom, you've got your badge code and barcode. My badge code is 0301. And here we've got the bottle clear with a very slight gray tinge to the coloration. I think it looks pretty good. Name of the fragrance right there on the front, as well as the flanker name, and Superleggera is tactile. Nothing on the back or the sides. On top of the cap, you have the Chanel logo, says Chanel across the front of the cap as well. The cap does click into place. And then you have on the bottom all of your information. Badge code is etched into the glass down here on the bottom of the back. And since we're all friends here, let's go ahead and share a couple sprays. Atomizer is typical Chanel Allure style. Pretty good. Look at that, the inside is red. Cool. Red means fast. Before we hop into the fragrance, guys, you know the drill. Here are some codes. I bequeath these to you. I bestow these upon you. Use these codes across any of these websites to save yourself a little money. Got the JOMASHOP codes, only work inside the JOMASHOP app. I just used it again. Nobody said that I couldn't use my own codes. And then we've got the new Max Aroma codes. Frag Flex, the perfume box, Twisted Lily, you know the drill. Check those websites out. If you find something you like, save yourself some money. Let's talk Allure Homme Sport. So the name Superleggera, it's an interesting name. I actually brought this up when it was first announced because that is Italian for super light. And I kind of poked fun at that. You know, who would want to name their fragrance flanker super light, especially nowadays when everybody is expecting monstrous beast mode performance on everything under the sun. And I was joking for the most part. And of course, Superleggera is not something that's specific to fragrances. Actually, it's more typically used to describe high performance cars or motorcycles, like a Lambo or an Aston Martin or a Ducati. And Chanel actually has a Superleggera watch as well. So I know the name Superleggera, that doesn't mean super light necessarily in a fragrance context, but still an interesting choice. There is one elephant in the room, I guess, that we'll talk about just really quickly before we dive into the fragrance itself, how that smells, and that is how long it's been since Chanel released anything for men in any of their main lines. L'Eau de Chanel Parfum came out 6 years ago. The last real release in this line came out 12 years ago. Oh my God. That means we're not going to get another fragrance until 2030. Yeah, apparently there's a 6-year lead time for new Chanels. I point that out just to say, it's been a while. It's been a long while. And yeah, I know technically there was a release in 2014 in the Allure line, Edition Blanche, but that was more like a retweak, a re-release. That's not really the same thing. So for a lot of people, that's gonna take expectations that would normally be here and move them up there because it's been so long. All right, Allure Homme Sport Superleggera. Does it smell similar to any of the other Allure Homme Sport fragrances? Well, to keep it very simple, Yes, the opening's super fresh, bright, zingy. It has a tiny touch of tartness, just enough to keep it interesting. Citrus, mandarin orange, and grapefruit in the opening. So a super simple note breakdown there, just basically citruses, and that's what you get. But they're done in a way that I really like. It's not overloaded with synthetic sweetness or anything like that. It keeps it more natural smelling, but without going too far with that naturalistic vibe. So it's not gonna come across, you know, really rindy or sour or anything like that. It keeps it very fresh. And as I said, smells reminiscent to the original Chanel Allure Homme Sport, but it's not as creamy as that one, not as heavy as that one. And actually ends up smelling, because of that, a little bit closer in the opening and the beginning of the mid to Versace Pour Homme. So you have that citrus off the top, a nice clean woodiness underneath it that you can pick up pretty much right away, or at least after the first 5 minutes or so. As it dries down, a little bit of amber and patchouli and clean musk comes out. Again, stays very fresh, very clean. Still a little bit closer to Versace Pour Homme than the original Allure Homme Sport if you put them side by side, but with stripping away some of those floral aspects, or all the floral aspects, from Versace Pour Homme. I think it smells great, really appealing in the opening. The dry down, you know, kind of simple, but still smells really pleasant. So you've got great versatility for spring, summer, really nice daytime type of scent. My wife loves how it smells. I had her smell it as soon as I got this in, and she was like, oh, it smells great. Of course, she likes Versace Pour Homme, so you know. So this is gonna be a fragrance that kind of slots in with those styles. Again, Versace Pour Homme, Allure Homme Sport, Missoni Wave, kind of in that wheelhouse, although out of all of those, this one is the one that's the most crisp. It's got a really nice modern woodiness all the way throughout the fragrance. It has just a clean, bright, zingy citrus that really is the focus of the opening and most of the mid. And it has a faint hint of sweetness as it heads through the mid into the dry down. I think, again, really nice, very pleasant. The issue here is gonna be twofold, or maybe threefold, fourfold, I don't know. First off, the price. Is it worth almost, well, after taxes, over $180? Probably not, when you take into account what you can get that's already in this style for, you know, a quarter of that price or less. That's kind of a hard sell. And then the fact that it's a limited edition that's coming out 12 years after the last real release in the line, it does make you kind of go, that's it? Okay. Like, all right, dog. You're gonna make me wait over a decade. You're gonna drop it on me for almost 200 bucks. And then it's just gonna be really pleasant, but in a style that's been done, even by you. So you could say that that's a really big drawback, a big detractor to this fragrance. But if we leave those parts aside, do I like how it smells? Oh yeah, this stuff smells nice. But again, I'm a fan of pretty much all the fragrances in this style, and this slots right in there. It fills a niche. And truth be told, I mean, as it stands today, I'd probably rather wear this one this summer if it weren't ending right now and turning to fall, like as I speak. But if we go back in time 3 months, I would wear this over the other fragrances in its style. And actually, I do prefer this smell right now over the original Allure Homme Sport. So positives and negatives there, some pros, some cons. Now let's talk performance really quickly. The longevity here is fine. For a fresh type fragrance, it works. It's not beastly, but if you go heavy with it, it'll last a while longer, and this is the type of fragrance you could go pretty heavy with. Nobody's gonna find this offensive or anything. It's pretty safe. But longevity, it's okay. Projection, it's okay. Kind of what you would expect out of a fragrance in this style. It's not as strong as the original Allure Homme Sport, but it is as strong as Versace Pour Homme. Like I said, you can go a little heavy with it, get more projection, more longevity, so I don't really have a problem. I mean, it's a fresh type fragrance with mainly citrus and fresh woods, and that's what it performs like. It's not as Superleggera as you might think. And in terms of seasonality, gonna be more spring, summer, daytime, but you can wear it during the fall also, especially in this kind of transitional period where it's starting to chill down, but it's not cold yet. So I have mixed thoughts, mixed feelings on Superleggera. On the one hand, I really like how it smells, and I do want to wear it, and I am gonna wear it. And it's the type of scent that everyone's gonna like. So that's all good. On the other hand, it's almost 200 bucks, 12 years in the making. and feels like, I wish maybe there was a little something more. But at the end of the day, I'm not really disappointed because I love how it smells. I'm gonna wear it. I'm gonna get use out of it. And I've bought so many fragrances that I haven't gotten use out of. So I'll take wins where I can get them. So there's Allure Homme Sport Superleggera. Absolutely try to sample this if you can, because again, almost 200 bucks. And a lot of you out there may smell this and think it's not different enough to warrant the price versus Versace Pour Homme, Missoni Wave, other things like that. So unless you're a mega Allure Homme Sport fan, I would try to do that first if you can. Thank you guys so much for hanging with me. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys later.